Good evening and welcome to this week's live chat. You know, we're testing out something new today. We're running with EvMux. Now, straight up, I realized I set up that countdown clock wrong and I think it was going to loop. On whether or not I could make that loop or not loop or all of the things. Just having a look. The other thing I've noticed is there is a little bit longer of a delay between the chat and between what is going on screen. Now, I could have sworn I added in the GIFs, but for some reason it didn't come up. Did you see it come up, Doug? I haven't seen it come up yet. So we'll see. We'll see how it's going. But yeah, so one of the things I want to say about the setup process of the EvMux, which was it was very similar to a degree of StreamYard. So if you just are a StreamYard user who just goes in with a single camera input and a microphone, you would have found that reminiscent, very simple. The screen obviously looks a little bit different, but when you go in to start your new stream, it was very similar. The connection to the two different streaming platforms was a little bit different. But again, not by much, not by enough to be concerning. So I would say if you are a light user of StreamYard, then this would be a fairly simple transition. I would say like last week with OBS, that's a huge transition. This would be a fairly simple transition. Now, I am not a light StreamYard user and I have things like countdown clocks and timers and scenes, and you will notice that it wasn't my regular scene to start the stream with, and that is because it wouldn't accept my file size. Now, if I decide to go in and use this software, I'll resize all of my starting the stream, be right back, and thank you for watching screens. I'll go in and resize those down. But for right now, the files that I download from TuberTools, they're 4K files. So they're bigger files, but this wouldn't accept anything larger than 1080p tall. So I wasn't going to be doing that. I wasn't going to be messing around with everything just to have a test run. Now, I probably should be clear. I've had a fair bit of Ventolin this morning, so I'm a bit shaky. So my voice is probably a bit shaky. The air's not been great, and so I've been struggling a little bit. So let me just jump into the chat here. Let's see. We had. I did notice the first comment was from one of the Life on YouTube accounts, but it came in before I set up the thing. So hello, how are you going? Livestream Consultants jumped in saying that he'll be watching or listening on his homeward trek through the desert. So be safe. I hope you know what you're doing. Doug's dropping the jokes. Good job, Doug. Good evening and hello to you as well. Luigi is here. It's good to see you, Luigi. The coffee didn't work, and I don't know why that didn't work, because it should be there. I did copy it. So that is interesting. Now, I also have the Buy Me a Coffee overlay. So I tested that overlay, and that works. So I don't know why the Ninja GIFs isn't working. Let's just try another one. And maybe I just missed it. I don't know, but I'll just try one just to see what happens. Oh, okay. I saw it for a split second. Yeah, unlike Doug, I didn't send him a nice, neat little list. So, I think I've just got do it. But they flash up really fast here for some reason. Like you've got to be staring, and they're quite small as well. That's the other thing. They're very small. I don't know what the deal is. I've made no changes within, excuse me, within the Ninja in the software to start with. So I've made no changes there. I don't know. Anyway, So what I did was, while I couldn't go in and make all of my usual scenes without resizing files left, right, and center, which honestly not willing to do, not at this stage, I did go in and make a different countdown timer just so we could have one. And that was fairly easy. That countdown timer was one of their stock standards. I just added in a layer of Creator Mix music. So you can utilize either the dynamic scenes, which is more like what we're used to from somewhere like StreamYard, where you just go in and it's a couple of preset options, or you can go in and use what's called their Pro Scenes, and then you can set up layers, including the browser overlays and adding in images quite easily. Modern Media Makers is asking, he first said, "Good day on LinkedIn. Did you get the comments from there?" I didn't see one. I didn't see a comment from LinkedIn. Let me just check here. I saw that one. That one's from YouTube. I'm just having a look at the comments from... Oh, here we go. Here we go. It just says LinkedIn user. So this is the built-in comments from EvMux. So you can style these up a little bit to see how you like it. This was their stock standard. I didn't mess with it. So they do come in, but they don't come in with your name. It's working on LinkedIn, so that's great to know as well. Yeah, but just not having who you are is odd. I'm not sure why it can't bring in your name. I had to agree to a lot of stuff for LinkedIn. So yeah, but and this is a big thing from Doug. I think the LinkedIn comments are flaky on more than one platform. There are some platforms, like I know that with Ecamm, sometimes you just straight up don't get the comments, and it's all the errors are coming from LinkedIn side. So they are a bit flaky on LinkedIn, but it did come through. It did come through. One thing I'll say is, just like StreamYard, it's very, like I can change. I've got, I don't know if I can show you without, yeah, I can't do it with, Luigi, this is EvMux, like the title of the video and the thumbnail. We're using EvMux today. So I'm going through over the next few weeks, just testing out a few of the options. Now, one thing I should say is I did contact EvMux, and they have given me a 2-week trial of their pro level, so that I could make this stream. So I don't have to say anything. I don't have to do anything. To be able to get access to a trial, I actually contacted somebody there to get that. And so I thought I better get this one in soon before that trial runs out. And I did promise you last week that it would be EvMux. So, you know, I try to keep my word. I need coffee. Oh, like I really need coffee. I'm already like shaking, but that is from Ventolin. It is not from coffee. Home Rapid Repair. Let me just, can I remove that? There we go. Where is it here? Home Rapid Repair is saying it looks very sharp on their screen. That's great. Thank you. It looks really crisp from my end as well, but sometimes what I see doesn't turn out to be what you see. Doug, that would have been really smart if I had have set that up. I do have a link to EvMux in the description. I do believe it is an affiliate link, but I set up the affiliate so long ago, I actually don't know if the affiliate's still there, but the link itself will still work. It could be an affiliate. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a link in the description. I could possibly just jump in and do some jiggery pokery and create an EvMux hang on a second. I am. I'm just going to create one right now while we're here. See. Now I need my social stream. There's about 1 million social stream tabs open. I don't know why. Let's have that. Let's jump into the GIF commands. Add a new one. Oh, there was an update for this software. Let me just double check that was enough. Alrighty. There you go, Doug. The EvMux chat command should technically be working now. It's the one about streaming in the cloud. Hang on a second. I'm not sure. I think I've missed something there. Oh, it's getting a lot of updates. Yeah, it is getting a lot of updates. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see if that worked. Nope. Why did that not work? EvMux. I don't know why it didn't work. Toggle it. All right, give me a second. Oh, it's not one you can toggle off and on. Oh, yes, it is. There it is. Toggled off, toggle back on. All right, give that a bell, see if that works. Goodness me. Good morning, Jerry. Great to see you in the chat. Thanks for jumping in. What up, YouTubers? I don't know how I feel about being called a YouTuber either. No, I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, I'm not going to dig into it too hard today. Not quite sure why it's not working. I mean, unless it just doesn't. Hang on. Alrighty. I mean, I did put in like a blurb of writing. I've just got EvMux all lowercase, just like exactly how you were typing it, EvMux. But I did have like a blurb and then the link, so maybe it just wanted a link only. Let me just toggle it off and on again. All right, Doug, give it another try. Give it another try. One thing I'll say is these EvMux comments do stay on screen for some time. Doug spam in the chat. Maybe there was a character limit, but it let the whole thing be in there. It didn't block any of it out. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. No, it just hates me. All right, that's cool. If you want EvMux, there is a link in the description of this video. You're going to have to go old school and go digging out and finding it. That's hilarious. Oh, well. Okay, so I did make a few scenes. So I've made this one, the stock standard main scene. In this main scene, I have a couple of layers. So I have the camera. Now, like StreamYard, when you bring yourself in, you actually choose your audio then. So I've got the Rodecaster Pro 2. I've got a little bit of music. You may not be able to hear it. I've tried to set it very low, more just to block out any pet noise of the house. So being able to have that going, just, you know, but that's through the Rodecaster Pro 2. I just heard a really big noise through my computer and I'm not quite sure why. So yeah, we'll wait and see what that's about. That was weird. Anyway, But the other scenes that I set up, which is the ones that we've been testing out, which was our picture in a picture with a border. So I've grabbed one of their custom borders. I'm not quite in the middle there. Over. Picture in a picture with a border, which is just my hands down camera. I did notice it's cropped the camera. I usually have like a lot more showing on the desk. I did not zoom it in. It's just straight up cropped it. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like having, I mean, admittedly, when I'm doing the crafting stuff, I like to have a smaller thing, but like I like to be able to maneuver it myself. Control freak. So I don't like that it cropped this camera for me. But I've got all the extra layers so I can still bring in the comments over here as well. So I was still able to add in the browser layers into all the different pro scenes. So I was able to bring in, the GIFs if they ever worked and the comments. And what's really weird is there seems to be some sort of glitch. Now, I don't know if it is Social Stream Ninja being a bit of a buttocks. It could well be. It could well be. But it doesn't matter because we do have our own comments area just like in StreamYard. Now, I will say I don't like that it's a 1 minute timer. So the comments stay up for a minute, which is very long. So... maybe it's not a minute. That actually, do you know what? That's not how long it stays up for. That's how long ago the comment was left. That's pretty cool. So Eileen Smith is here. Great to see you, Eileen. Thank you for jumping in. And John from Learn Live Streaming is here as well. Good to see you, John. So yeah, so this, so I'm not super happy with how it's cropped this camera image for me. But I have been able to bring in very easily create circle. Again, I'm not in the middle. Look, we're not going to get into, I'll just lean over here. I was able to bring in my border and add it over the circle quite easily, just by adding an additional layer, and being able to sort of position that over their service could make a circle. I didn't have to mask anything. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do is just round the edges. Like, so if I wanted it to be a full circle, I just needed to crop it down to a square and then round the edges. Whereas if you leave it as a rectangle and then crop it, you get a bit more of a pill or a bullet. So, you got to play with these things a little bit different. And while those shapes aren't really my jam, they are some people's, but this is my favorite. And I was able to make it so the rounded squares with my own neon, thank you, neon thing. So that's one of those things. So I was actually able to make all the scenes relatively easy, bringing in layers of media files, overlays, things, browser links, all have been pretty good. Now, one thing I do want to check is the buy me a coffee one. So I'll check that one soon. I can send through a thing, but that was working yesterday. But yeah, it was, so because my concern is now that the Social Stream Ninja stuff isn't working how I'm used to it working. So with the GIFs are just flashing up so quickly. And that one's got 2 of those, so I might just remove one. So yeah, it's just a variation. So I'll go back up to, the navigation is something that does bug me a little bit. So I've been very spoiled. Now let's just get that out there. I'm very spoiled. I am on a Mac and I do use Ecamm a lot. And so Ecamm, because they are like a single platform agnostic, it's on your computer, things like that. It is very easy for them to make a lot of really great tools. And one thing that I've totally been spoiled with both Ecamm and OBS is how simple it is to have your Stream Deck to set it up on there. You can download a plugin for OBS, for Ecamm, straight away. Now, with Ecamm, it actually, when you're downloading the software, it says, hey, do you want to download this Stream Deck software as well? So that makes it super easy. So, you know, it's one of those issues that people have, and not everybody cares, right? Not everybody cares. I'm a massive Stream Deck user. Now, if I'm going to go in and dig in and go hard on EvMux, I will need to go in and set up all the hotkeys for scene switching. Now, I haven't done that because I didn't do it in StreamYard either, honestly. I am very slack. I'm very slack. If it's not easy, I'm probably not doing it. So it's definitely one of these things where I'm just like, oh, I can't at a click, just like, you know, with the Stream Deck software, you can sort of choose a scene to change to it, and it gives you the option of your currently made scenes. And so I've been spoiled, like, let's be honest. But they do have hotkey switching, so you can set it up if you want to. All right, let's have a look here. I have missed some comments, so I just want to have a quick run back, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Doug, yes, they are case sensitive, just so you know. That is the chat commands. They are case sensitive. Let's have a look. So we did say hello to those guys. Leanne says she lost audio. Oh, it's back. Oh, good. Luigi's asking, can we go live on EvMux for free like on YouTube? I want to try it out for doing my live show. Absolutely. Go to EvMux. Use my link in the description, pretty please. And you can just sign up for a free account. Obviously, with the free account, there are some limitations. Let me just go and tell you what they are. Just so it's just, you know, less like places that you can multi-stream to and things like that. So let me just go to the EvMux website, which I should have had open, but I didn't. I'll jump into the pricing plans here now. So let me go and screen share and change my screen share to that one. There we go. Okay. So they do have a free plan. This is in US dollars, I believe. Let me know if you're seeing a different price. But you can have, there are limitations, all right, if you want to go the free plan, but you still get to try everything. And this is the big one, full HD, 1080p. Everyone gets 1080p over on EvMux. There's no, like, you have to have a paid plan 2 tiers up to be able to get access to the 1080p. Being able to, there are streaming limits here. Let's have a look what they are. Stream up to 2 hours with a total of 30 hours monthly. That's your big one. And then also they have a massive, massive logo that will appear on your stream. But if you're testing something out and you want to try it out for free, test out the free plan, to use the free plan going forward on any software, you're always going to have a watermark. Let's have a look. And let me have a look. The sound is fine. Stream Deck is live. Absolutely. I use my Stream Deck for everything. John says, I don't think people can understand how powerful a Stream Deck can be, but if you try, you won't be able to live with that. That's the thing. I now have the Stream Deck, a physical Stream Deck, like my little one here, my little guy. That's a little 15-button old school one. It doesn't have the USB-C, whatever that version's called. I also have the Stream Deck app on my iPad, which I absolutely love, which means it just means I can have much more buttons, and the buttons are big because I'm an old blind lady. So being able to have the big buttons, I actually don't have it open because I can't use many of my Stream Deck things. But like, this is like my little basic setup on my iPad. I mean, check out how big those buttons are, right? So, and I use my Stream Deck when I'm editing, everything, not just for live streaming. Anything that can use a hotkey, you can set up on Stream Deck. Let me see. If you can absolutely have guests on EvMux, which is one of the big reasons why I wanted to test it. And I did have a little test with just me, myself, and I jumped in on a mobile. It was very easy to get in. The quality seemed to be pretty good. I couldn't really test the audio well because, you know, it's you know, I was on my phone at the same time and I had to turn the audio off one or it does its crazy audio thing. Anyway, it seemed to work very well. The picture was really great and really clear. Yeah, it's definitely an option. And this is the thing. I'm looking for options, especially for guesting. And EvMux, the TLDR, 20 minutes in, however many, nearly 30 minutes in, is yes, this is on my shortlist. EvMux is most certainly on my shortlist for guesting, for ease of setting up. Now, like I said at the start, you can either set it up super simply and just go with their dynamic scenes. Or I'm just checking if they've got any images here. I don't want to screen share my screen or it does the thing, the image on the image on the image, and that bugs me. So I try not to do it to other people. And the other thing is the people in the green room can talk to each other automatically. So let me look in this was something that I was really happy about. And you can, as the producer or the person currently on live, you can toggle a switch when there's guests to be able to hear the green room or not hear the green room. So you can actually be live and still listen without that becoming part of your feed audio. So that's a bit more next level. That's not your basic what we've got going, but the green room was a really amazing thing, having super easy co-hosts, and you can either have it just as one of the dynamic scenes with the two people, or you can set everything up really nicely in the pro scenes. Now, personally, I'll probably just stick with the dynamic scenes for guesting just so I can focus on the guests. But yeah, it's just different options. And it's that was the other thing, super easy to add in extra cameras. So I didn't have to go through any special tiny screens to be able to add in a second camera. Now, admittedly, I am trialing on a pro account, but I don't believe that they have limited the additional cameras to any higher scenes. Let me just double check I'm not lying here. So the 19 a month gets you... Oh, they have multiple cameras is limited to the 39 Pro account. Sorry, guys. But just like the other softwares, you can totally get around that by bringing in iPads and phones and other things like that as additional camera sources. Just mute them. And so you can bring them in as guests, just like we did as a workaround if you don't want to get the Pro plan. Sorry, I am testing a Pro plan, so I didn't realize that was limited. Sorry about that. I'm just going through the comments here just to see if there's any other questions. Oh, here we go. Stream Deck lover. I have a Stream Deck Mini, XL, and the mobile app almost bought more during the Prime Day sales. I have actually got some old tech around the house. Like my daughter's got a little iPad that I'm eyeing off if she decides she doesn't want it. Totally set that up as another Stream Deck. I've got an old mobile phone set up as a Stream Deck because I've got the Stream Deck app on iOS. So as I add in extra Apple devices, like rejects from my daughter, basically is what they are, I just instantly add the Stream Deck app to them and it just makes it great. Let me just look here. Can you stream on the free plan for 2 hours? Can you only stream on the free plan for 2 hours? Is that true? And why is that? Look, what it comes down to is when you get something for free, you're still using up the paid services. So they have limited bandwidth. They don't have unlimited stuff in the world that they get access to. And every time a free user gets a cool perk, that actually can impact their paid customers. And as a business, their goal is for paid customers. Like, let's be real. Free plans are a bonus. And look, there's plenty of companies out there that don't offer free plans. They offer free trials, but they don't offer a free plan. So being given anything at all is a bonus. So 2 hours for free is pretty good. If you want longer, and I think most of them are limited, let me know in the chat if you happen to know off the top of your head. I think StreamYard free plan is limited as well, although I think it might be limited to 4 hours. But yeah, a lot of the plans are limited. Like a lot of the free levels are limited. And it's just so you get a taste of everything, and then you can decide to make your purchasing decisions. And look, I'm going to be really harsh. Like, I'm going to be really harsh. If you are not willing to use something like OBS, which is always free and it's super amazing, and yeah, it'll take some effort to learn it, but if you're not willing to do that, then you will have limitations placed upon you, and there will be an expectation that eventually to get some cool stuff, you're going to have to go onto the paid plans. And I just think that's just how it is. So, like, I know that seems a little harsh first thing on a Monday morning for me, but it's just kind of how it is. Like, I'm like, 2 hours is pretty solid. Like, that's a great free option. And to be able to go for 30 hours a month. If you need more than that, then you should be paying. Like, honestly, if you need more than that, you either, and by paying, you can either be paying cash $bucks and upgrade your plan, or you can be paying in sweat equity and go and learn something like OBS where it's free all the time. Okay, let me have a look. Oh gosh, Doug hit the joke thing. Oh, all right, let's see it. What's the least spoken language in the world? Oh my gosh, that's actually a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke. Why would that even be in there? Like, yep, John, I agree. That is a bad joke. That's a bad joke. And John's right. Unless it's a free and open source software, free means trial, or free also means that you are the product. So they're testing stuff out on you. So like, that's just the reality of anything free. Yeah, Doug says, if you want free and powerful, go OBS or Streamlabs. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no limitations for either of those to go live. So Doug's like, I don't want to drop any more random. Yeah, that one was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad joke. I wish, do you know what would be really nice is if you could go through and have a quick look at the jokes and just, you know, get rid of any of the ones that are just like, no, I don't want that one. That one was pretty awful. But yeah, I suppose that would rule out a lot of their jokes. Their jokes are very dad jokey. They're very dad jokey. Alrighty. Let me know in the chat, like, do you have any questions? Is there anything you want me to open or check or look at so that you can have a look? So I'm going to have some coffee. Goodness me. Did we work out if the... Oh, that's one thing. I'll jump over to buy me a coffee and I'll see if the alert is working and see if it's the alerts or if it's actually the connection between Ninja and EvMux. My brain just totally stopped then. So bear with me while I log in so I can send a test. Go, buttons and graphics, customize the stream alert, and send a test.
Yes, coffee time! Coffee!
Okay.
Hello.
That was just a test. No one sent that
Yes.
one. I just sent that as an actual physical test. So that one, so it works. So it must be some sort of disconnect between the others. So yeah. Oh, that was the thing. Thank you, John. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Can see and hear that. I added the audio, our coffee audio directly into Buy Me a Coffee. So whenever it sends the message, we get the coffee, so that I don't miss it because I don't like missing it. So that was a bit of fun. That was a bit of fun for me. I'm going to move this pop out over there. I keep trying to bring comments on screen from the wrong way. Okay, let's have a squiz here. I'm just checking to see if I'm missing anything from anywhere. Is there anything missing from EvMux that you've noticed yet? Not so much missing, but a couple of little like things that have bugged me just a dash. So one of them was that I couldn't upload my my stock standard what do you call that? Like my screens, my Be Right Back and my Starting Soons. It wouldn't allow me to upload those because they are 4K visually sized, and it only allows the 1920 by 1080. So it wouldn't even let me upload it to resize it down. Whereas things like OBS and things like that, you can upload whatever file size you want and then make it fit. This wouldn't even allow me to upload it to resize it. So I would actually physically have to go and resize those videos. So basically drop them into my editing software and then pull them out like in the 1080p format. And that's not a big task, but it's annoying, right? Like it's just a bit annoying that I would have to actually physically go in and change what I have to make it fit. Now, it's not to say that I didn't have to do the exact same thing to upload my Be Right Backs, and there weren't limitations over on StreamYard. Yes, there were. There was totally limitations over there as well. So I'm not saying it's bad to have limitations. It was just one that I found a little bit like, really? That's a limitation. So there was that. The other limitation I've found is that with the difference between the dynamic scenes and the pro scenes. So the dynamic scenes are their really basic pre-built out things, but you literally can't add anything. And the second you do add something to it, it builds it straight into a pro scene. So if you're on a plan that doesn't allow pro scenes or a very limited pro scenes, that could be an issue. So that, you know, there's some little things. Doug's, cannot have both at the same time, Chantelle. So hide. Social Ninja GIFs need some tweaking in the back end. I did notice some smallness when testing. What's frustrating is I haven't added any GIFs. These GIFs all worked on OBS and in Ecamm without me adjusting anything. So yeah, you think their banner options are lame. I haven't even looked into banner options. Let me look. Is this lame? Let us see and create. Oh yeah, it is. Can we adjust anything? We can't adjust anything. There's no, we can't adjust the colors. We can just make it ticker scrolling. I like that the ticker scrolling can be left to right or right to left. I think that is great for those people that need that. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I would say the banners are a bit limited. Now, in saying that, I don't really use banners. So that was not a big one for me. So, and you're right, there is a weird gap. Like, what is that gap there? Why is that there? I don't understand. I don't know why that gap is there. Livestream Consultants has made it home. And now we can hit the joke button. Oh no. This could be so bad. Oh. And I don't think there's any... I'm just looking around and I don't see any way to... I mean, it could be because I'm live and I haven't edited it out and changed it, but it doesn't appear to be any options. On StreamYard, you had a few different modes you could choose between to change up how they looked. I could just be missing it. Like maybe, oh, hang on. I take it all back. Take it all back. There's a brand tab. You can go in and you can change the style. There's a few style options that are there. They all still have a weird gap. I don't know what that is. I think I like this one the best. It's the least obvious gappy gap. I like that it really highlights who's got the question. And there's also, you can change to your branding companies. There's lower third options. There's some custom stuff. All right, I take it back. That side of it is okay. Let's see if that changes the banners. It changes the banner as well. The banner will match whatever branding style you choose. Okay. And I'll tell you one thing, I do like that little animation. I didn't remove the banner. I just added the comment, and it actually removes the banner and then brings in the comment. I like that about it, because that's something I do. I'll go and add a comment, and then the banner's in the way, and it's a mess. It does mean, however, that I don't believe, let me just look at my banner option here. All right, so if you want your banner to show at the same time as your comments, it has to be a ticker. So if you want that, and that's not a bad thing, it's just something to keep note of. So yeah, if you want it to be, you have to make it as a ticker. So otherwise you cannot have a banner and you can't have a banner and a comment up at the same time. So not a deal breaker, not a deal breaker for me, just an interesting point. Yeah, I like this one way better too. I think it looks great. I would actually design something that looks like that. So I am okay with that one. Let me know in the chat, like which of the styles did you like best? Let's go. So this is style 1, which was the one that we had. That's the default. Then there's style 2, style 3, and style 4. So let me know in the chat, are you 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's see how it's all coming in. I'm going to drink some coffee. Livestream Consultants likes 2. Life on YouTube likes 2. Doug Hewson likes 2. I mean, I have to confess, I like 2. So let me go in and put style 2 back in. There we go. Now, the other thing is, like StreamYard, you've got to go in and out of different things. So you've got layers, music, comments, and banners. So you can't have your layers open at the same time as your comments. So you can't be like, so you can have your scenes, they're always open. So that's nice and easy. But if you want to be adjusting layers or anything like that, you can't do that and have the comments open at the same time. That was a little weird flashy flash I saw then. What's going on? That is bizarre. That's twice I've seen that now. All right, let me just go back to here and I'll see if it comes through. Did you guys see the little flash through my camera then? Or was that just on my end? I'm not sure. That was a little bit weird. Oh, coffee came up ridiculously fast. Let me just look here and see if I can... Alrighty, I've changed the minimum time of those GIF things, Doug, if you want to try it again. Because I want them there a long time. We go to a lot of effort to put them in. I want them to be there for more than like, oh, I blinked and I missed it. So yeah, maybe try another one. It'll either work or it won't work. There we go. Dog's got coffee. Do I need to... Oh, I need to go in and change the... Hang on a second. Goodness me. Just wait a second. I need to go in and edit the layer. Edit. Can I edit the layer? It doesn't look like I can even, I should have been able to edit that. My brain is just like, no, you may not edit anything. All right. Oh, hang on. I know what I did wrong. I can edit the layer. Alrighty, that should work now. Let's see. I don't know. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. I don't know. It's so frustrating. Oh my goodness. Anyway, does EvMux have a vertical canvas? Yes, they do. And it's super easy. And you can't, yay! Woot woot. I mean, it's right in front of my face, but at least it was there. At least it was there for a reasonable amount of time. I'll take it being right in front of my face. That is cool. Thank you, Doug. Thank you for checking that. They do. And it's really simple. And it's just directly when you're very first setting it up. Now, once you're live, you can't toggle it. It's not letting me touch it. But it's right front and center. It is, you've got your preview screen of what you're looking at. And it's directly just under also dark mode. It has dark mode and it has a studio mode. So if you're the kind of person that wants to have what is live and what you're setting up for the next scene there and then switch over, you can totally have that as well. So studio mode is there. They have dark mode. Do you know what? They've always had dark mode, or at least as far as I know, for at least 3 years, they've had dark mode. And it's as simple as a toggle right in the setup area. So very, very simple. And the other thing is when you're setting up your EvMux, you can set up multiple studios and those studios can have different assets in them. So I could set up like this studio that I've set up for this, for teaching purposes. But I could also set up another studio that is for a different brand. So for a podcast, and I could have all the podcasting assets and I wouldn't get everything mixed up and confused. Now the catch is you can't just grab the assets for another, like it's not just listed out. I can't see anything from any of my other studios. Now, if I dug in and tried to upload the imaging, that would probably be there. But I haven't added any images, so I can't test it like on the other brand. So I just opened it up to check to see. But in saying that, it means that you can't accidentally go have the wrong branding if you've gone into a live stream. So you can have a few of those as well. I don't know, was that clear? Did I make that clear or muddy? I don't know. But they absolutely have a vertical canvas, but it does appear that you have to choose one or the other. You cannot multi-stream to the 2 different canvases at the same time. Preview program is a must for multi-camera switching. Yes. I think that if you are a next level user, so I'm trying to think of this like from my perspective, which is I would consider myself like a medium level user. I'm not a power user, but I'm a medium level user, but I'm also that step up from the basic user. So I do have to think back to the, if you are looking for bringing in a guest, if you're looking for, you know, just some basic functions so the dynamic scenes, basically, this is a really no-brainer yes to try it out. If you are looking for that next level, so the pro scenes where you can add in your browser overlays, you can add in more. It is a simple yes to go and have a look, like go and check it out. And you can opt in for their free account and it will give you access to look at a lot of things. So you don't have to jump up to those higher paid plans until you know it can do what you want it to do. Hello back to Retro. Says that apps and widgets are what set them apart from others. Yeah, look, and they look really good as well, like some of the apps that they have as an optional extra. So you can, when you're building out a pro scene, you can go in and when you're adding a new layer, you have an option for apps and widgets. And there is an EvMux market where you can go in and you can find animated overlays. I'm just jumping in to see if I can grab one easily midstream just so that we can play with it. I'm just going to turn off the sound. But there we go. We've got some balloons, I believe. There we go. So it was that simple. I didn't have it set up, but now it is there. So then they have stars. And these last they've got their time limit set on them. I'm not sure where the stars are. Oh, there we go. They came into, that was exciting. That was exciting. But yeah, so you can go in and you can choose a few different overlay effects. They do have sounds if you want to enable the sounds as well. But you've definitely, like there's something called stage lights. Oh, there we go. That's kind of, hello. And purple. So winner, chicken dinner. There's 3 different stage light options. So I'm going to click all 3. Oh, that was just a spot. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the stage lights. I think a lot of these things are a little bit of fun. You can check them out, go and have a play with them, and see if they're for you. A lot of this sort of stuff I don't really have. Oh, that's kind of cute. I do like that one. I don't like to have a lot of this sort of stuff in my streams, but the thing is they're available if you want them in your streams. So animated emojis is pretty fun. And there's actually like a huge array of the animated emojis. Like you've got so much choice. But yeah, and that was just one app, right? So they have like a lot of apps for you to dig in, for you to have a look at. So you can go and check things out. Yeah, definitely better looking than Apple's balloons, without a doubt. Livestream consultant says, okay, in the free version, you can create a pro scene that allows you to place your camera over the EvMux animated. Like, look, I don't know if that's their plan, but like test it out, play with it. Because for me, I found, in my personal opinion, I do find that their inbuilt logo for their free plan is quite large. And that's their prerogative. They're giving you free access to a lot. So I don't, like they have every right to do that. And I've got 0 issues with it. If I'm not willing to pay for something, or I'm unable to pay for something and I still get access to the tool, advertise on me. Stick a big, massive logo somewhere. As long as I can peek around and be like, hi, I'm over here. Then I don't care. Like, I know some people get really titchy about it, but I personally don't care. If you are using a free service, there will be limitations. I know I went into this at the start. Sorry about that. Back to the retro review says, I use their giveaway feature, polls and giveaway feature a lot. Let me have a look. I'm just getting used to using Social Ninja's bits and bobs for that. I'm just opening their market. Their giveaway tool. I've heard the giveaway tool's a bit hit and miss from some friends who've used it, but they do have a giveaway tool. Let's test it out. I'm not going to give anything away. I have nothing to give you, but try this. I don't know if I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, there we go. I've moved it. All right, try that. Hashtag prize in the comments to join. I'm not sure what it gives. Oh, commenters filtered by hashtag. There There we go. The entries are starting to roll in. I do like that. That is nice. So we've only had Joseph. It just keeps rolling through the 2 people that have added it in. You can actually change the title size. You can change the title. This takes a long time to choose a winner. All right. Pretty cool. And that you can check a sound, you can check the confetti, you can change the font, you can actually resize this box to be as big or as little as you want. So if you want this to be a scene by itself, you can actually have it as full size. Like, you don't have to mess around. It's very easy to resize it. So I like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, the audio got weird. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that it's a little heavy. So yeah, but like, this is the thing. There are plenty of features for you to dig in and trial. Let me just go back. I just would like to hide that. There we go. All right, I'm going to drink some more coffee. So this is the thing. I'm looking at, in these comparisons that I'm doing, I'm looking at this from a base level user who basically went in and brought in a guest and did some basic live streaming. So that is your dynamic scenes. And also looking at it from a perspective for myself. Will I want to bring in guests here? Will I want to use it? Thank you, Doug. Is it something that I want to use, in which I'm more of a middle user? I'm not a I'm not a heavy. I mean, I'm a frequent user, but I'm not like a power user. Does that make sense? So I'm not looking at all of the push it to the limits, test out everything, have everything kind of person for my live streams, but your live streams may require that. So you need to go in and test these things out for yourself. This one, EvMux, definitely worth adding to your list. Definitely worth adding to your list. Tech for Your Needs says, oops, bring it up. I'm the king of winning. I know I didn't win anything. It was a test. And John says, you won the glory and the screen time. I like that. That's great. That is cool. But yeah, so having these options, definitely worth checking out. They've got a great free plan for you to go in and look. Go and check in the description. I don't know if the EvMux thing's going to work, if it's ever going to, like, EvMux. I don't know. No, it's not going to work. How frustrating. I did set it up. What is that? That's something came up on screen then. It was angry. It didn't like it. I don't know what that is. There's also additional seats. And so you can have in extra people in the background to help you out. So it depends on what level you want. But if you are a base level user, if you're on probably the free plan or one of the lower end plans of StreamYard and you're looking for an alternative to test out, you definitely need to jump in and check this one out. They do have a free plan. There are limitations on the free plan, but you still get to have some good access. I highly recommend upgrading at least to that lower level paid plan. I just think getting rid of the watermark is worth it. It's just my personal belief. As you get all the extra stuff, like, cool, but getting rid of the watermark is a big one for me. Let us look here in the comments. Scrolling. Y'all don't need to keep track of my winning. Okay. Also, it's great if you have multiple co-hosts. Yeah. Obviously, back to the retro review. You've used this software a fair bit. I'm just running through as a brand new user. But when you're setting up a stream on StreamYard, if you have a guest, you have the option to be able to stream to their channel as well. and they set that up. So when the guest comes in, they can add in their own channel, then they can set that stream. Is that something we can do here or not? I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. It's just I'm curious about it. Being able to multi-stream to a guest's channel as well. As I said, not a deal breaker, but just curious if you happen to know the answer to that one. And also, thanks for jumping in. It's great to see someone who's used it a lot in the chat as well, because I haven't used it a lot. I tested it out like a few years ago and then made the decision to go with an alternative. But then, you know, over the last few months, there's been some reasons and that alternative has been shaky. So coming back, circling back and checking like the number 2 slot is now becoming the number 1 slot. Definitely worth checking out. Oh, here we go. Back to the retro review says EvMux does not have that yet, but they are always updating. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, the watermark is a bit full on. The watermark is a little bit full on the free plan, but as I said, you know, if you're taking a free option, that the payment is that. So, I've tested the guesting just by bringing myself on. I haven't tested it with a third party yet. It just hasn't worked out for me this weekend, just time-wise. But yeah, I've tested it. I brought my own phone in as a guest and it was solid. And the app on the phone as a guest was also easy to see and read as well. So, but I have not as yet brought in a physical human person guest. But the invite guest button is big. It's easy. You've got the easiest option of just being able to get the link, just to copy it, to drop it into a chat is simple, or it automatically wants to send it as an email. So it's really easy as well. So there's lots of really fast and easy options to be able to send out that guest link. Yeah, once we were able to go in and change it, but there are only 4 options. So there's 4 styles, but you can change the branding colors as well. So there's a brand tab, definitely worth digging in and setting that up to match your brands. So definitely worth going and having a look around. Did you get Social Ninja to work with EvMux? Yes, I have. So I'll just remove this comment. And there we go. Social Ninja comments right there. We're having a little bit of problems with some of the chat commands. It could be user error. I tried to set up an extra one. I did have to make some adjustments to make them work better for the GIFs when they come on screen. I did have to make some adjustments for those so that they were a bit bigger, and they're also just flashing up and disappearing. So that could have been user error. Now, in saying this, Social Stream Ninja has just put out another update, which I did not update. So maybe there was a reason why they put an update out. So yeah, it's definitely, it works. And like anything, you'll need to tweak it and test it and make sure you're happy with it. Also, like the browser inputs for Buy Me a Coffee work perfectly. I mean, somebody could buy me a coffee and test it out. You know, just saying. I'm just going to throw it out there. I still don't have a new chair yet, so it's coming. Kiki Bite, great to see you. Welcome to the chat. Don't worry about being late. It's all cool. Time zones, hey, and life. Oh yeah, we mentioned that you can actually back chat to the green room, and the green room attendees can talk to each other before they're on screen. I actually think that's fantastic. That is a huge, awesome option. Being able to have that, because that's a big thing. You kind of just sit there and everyone's just sitting there looking around like there's nothing you can do. But being able to have that conversation, it's nearly like a warm-up room, which is what I think it should be. So I think that is a cool feature. Tech for Your Needs says there's so many live streaming software. Choose the one that fits your needs best. Absolutely. And that's why we're doing this little series, Tech for Your Needs. I use Ecamm all the time. I've run with StreamYard all the time. So I alternate between the two. Last week we went with OBS. This week we're trying EvMux. I haven't, next week I think I'll try with Riverside. We'll see how that goes. And I can't promise it. I haven't downloaded the software, so I've got to go in and look to see what I can do to get that to work. But yeah, this is the point of this series, is to test out some of the features to see what you get for your money. One of the things I love about EvMux is everybody gets 1080p. There's no upgrade from the free plan, upgrade from the basic plan. Everybody gets 1080p. So I think that's pretty cool. Livestream Consultant said, once I created the pro scene, it did put the watermark over the top of everything I created, but it's not bad at all. Banners and tickers work fine once set up. Okay, all right. Because I thought it was weird that you could cover the watermark, but maybe it was just while you set that up. I need a video how to make that work. Susie, what do you need a video of? Sorry, I've been chatting a lot and my brain jumps around a lot. So I need you to tell me exactly what you need a video of. I'm not saying I'll make it, but I may be able to tell you where there is one, just in case. Just in case. So yeah, it is definitely, I like it. Social Ninja to work with EvMux. I'm going to be really honest. It was the same as setting it up for OBS, which was the Social Ninja side, which is grab your link so that the Social Ninja is working. But then in EvMux, you just need to add the individual browser layers, just like you do in the other softwares. So I found it to be exactly the same. I did have to adjust the size of the GIFs. But aside from that, like, which you could see, you could see that. But yeah, like what exactly is not working for you? Or have you never tried to set up Social Ninja? Because I could be talking at level here, but you're actually like, you know, I've installed Social Ninja, but that is it. So I don't know. Good morning. Sorry for being late. It's all good, Amazing Yacht Destinations. We are just hanging out, chatting, looking at this software. I should be using their comments because we're in there. Now, admittedly, I did use Social Stream Ninja last week specifically because some of the features that I like to use for live streaming weren't available out of the box for OBS. You did need to go and add some things. Right? Whereas this one has the commenting feature. So I should probably be using their commenting. Can I ask, because I want to test this, we know with Social Stream Ninja that when we use a couple of emojis, especially those top shelf YouTube emojis, they come up as proper emojis. Whereas in some of the softwares, they give you just the written out description. Can somebody please use one of those emojis? Just so I can see if they work. Thank you, Amazing Yacht Destinations. I will go in and show that. They work. That is awesome. Okay, that's cool. That is cool because it's been very frustrating for some of the softwares where you only get the, you know, pink hand waving. So that is an A+ for that. Let me have a look here. John says that he did a whole show on the Social Stream Ninja. If you want to know more, sorry for the shameless plug. Plug away. I was looking into Social Stream Ninja, and between Doug and John, that's why I started using it. So happy to share that plug. So that's that. But yeah, go and check out John's channel to look at Social Stream Ninja. Now, admittedly, John is adding Social Stream Ninja to OBS, but the theory is the same. You add it as a layer in your pro scene, you add it as a layer. So the theory is the same. So if you can look at the OBS and then have the OBS screen open here, and then when you're adding bits and pieces to your layers, you add layer, choose browser, and go from there. So very, very simple, very simple. It's just a case of some of the words might be different, so you might have to have a dig around. Back to the Retro Gaming says, I always say EvMux is like StreamYard and OBS had a baby. It really is. It really, really is. There's a lot from both, and then they've been blended together pretty good, pretty good. There's a couple of things that are a bit better than others. Like I really love StreamYard's giveaway tool. Their giveaway tool is fantastic. That EvMux one's just not working, is it? Let me just look. Let me just see what on here. So Buy Me a Coffee works. Coffee. Doug. You remember how I said it's probably user error? Totally user error, because I've stuck it in the, put it in the wrong place. Like seriously, I put it in the wrong place. So let me just go and find the actual right place like an idiot. Alrighty. So styling. No. Where do we put those in? They have got their own section, not the emotes wall, graphical poll, ticker, word cloud. I put it in with the custom GIF commands. Yeah, I did. I put it with the GIFs instead of the not GIFs. Like an idiot. Now I have to find the not GIFs. Where do I just put this? I need help. My brain is frying, and I just. Yeah, so I put it in the GIF commands rather than the chat commands. So I'm trying to find the chat command that is just a link. It's not the GIF command or GIF or whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Oh, thank you, Kiki. The chat command coffee should do the job. Right down the bottom in the other section. Right down the bottom. I don't know where it is. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Amazing Yacht Destinations. I still can't find it. Hang on a second. Abby, when they beep like that, it means you have to go out there. Okay. It's the postman. Manage. All right, let me try. Ticker, word cloud, custom GIF commands, scroll all the way to global settings and tools. No, I think I'm about to give up. There it is. Chat command. No, it's all right. I've got to. Commands. I found the thing, and now I've just got to find exactly which bit to put in. There it is. There it is. How do I add another one? I found where I did the BMAC one. There it is. There's a Discord. Oh no, I haven't added Discord yet. Don't click Discord. Oh, let's see if we can make this work. Do I have to change anything? Do I need to turn anything off or on? I don't think so. I think once it's in, it should work. All right. I don't know. Somebody check the chat command for EvMux. Oh, goodness me. All right. Let me see. I have a question. Social Stream Ninja, should you download it as a window app or as a Chrome extension? I'm currently using the app, like the app. Not the app. Sorry, the extension. Who's it for? You or me? Oh, okay. It's just Yarn. Thanks.
Oh, I thought you were going to open it, so...
No.
Bloody out the Addy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so that didn't work. So maybe I need to add something in. Oh, hang on. There's a toggle to slide. All right. Try again. That exclamation EvMux is what we need. All right, let's see. Let's see if we've got it. Come on, everybody. Help me out here. I think it's going to come down to whatever you need. No. It worked. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing that when you actually put something in the right place and turn it on, that it works. Well done. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. That was just, oh goodness me. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. There was questions and I just want to go back to them. Oh, goodness me. All right. All prices are 1080p. Yes, they are. Let me just, where's the pricing EvMux? I'll just jump into screen share. Here you go. So everything's 1080p. So even the free plan, full 1080p. Okay, so everyone gets 1080p, and I think that is, I think that should be our bare minimum. Honestly, I really think it should be our bare minimum. Now, admittedly, if you are a person on really dodgy internet, you're gonna have to test that out to see if it works for you. But as this is a browser version, it does make it that more things are possible for you. I should squish into the middle of my little circle. So yeah, this is just the pricing page. So the link that I've got you will send you straight to the home page. If you go over here and tap on pricing at the top, which for some reason I've got, you can't see it. That's cool. That's great. But yeah, everyone gets 1080p. And if you jump onto the $19 a month plan, no logo. So that is cool. So, and then you get the full protein builder as well. So it makes things a lot easier. It does. Okay. Back to what we were talking about with the app for Social Stream Ninja. The app is newer, but both should theoretically work. I use the Chrome extension. Thank you for coffee, Doug. I'll have those. Doug is using the standalone. He finds it easier compared to the browser extension. Could be part of the problems that I'm having and not being able to find anything. Could also be that my brain is in EvMux land and I had to jump into Social Stream Ninja land. So there's that. Oh gosh, someone used the joke. Doug used the joke. How was the snow globe feeling after the storm? A little shaken. Boom tish. Boom tish is what we'll say with that. Did hydrate work? It should have worked. I didn't see it, but it should have worked. You get it. You get 1080 and you get 1080. No, that's awesome. Let's have a look here. Oh, there we go. I do have hydrate for water. Fantastic. Thank you. The hydrate was cute. He did. I wasn't watching is what it was. I've not used OBS. I just learned about Social Ninja from Chantelle last week. Yeah. And look, the thing is we have access to all these freaking amazing tools, right? As streamers 8 years ago, using anything was a little bit painful, right? It was just a little bit painful. And that's where I started, was like I had to learn stuff from gamers and try and, excuse me, work it out as to how I could make it work for a yarn crafting channel and just try and see what would work for us. But now we have so many choices. And the trick will be being willing and prepared to jump through the hoops and test each one that you can. Most of them have either a free plan or a free trial. Go and run an unlisted live stream on YouTube and go back and watch it and make sure, excuse me, your sound didn't get janky. Like we heard that the sound got a bit janky choosing the winner. Maybe next time I'll just not talk while it's choosing a winner, now that I know the sound is janky. Do you know what I mean? Like there are things that you can do. So it's just one of these things. Back to the retro review has to head off. Thank you so much for jumping in and helping us out. I really appreciate that. Have an awesome, awesome day. John's saying here that if your software supports browser sources, you can probably wrangle Social Stream Ninja. And that is the catch, because not every live streaming software supports browser sources, okay? So that is the thing to remember. They don't all support it. StreamYard doesn't support browser sources. So those of you that have been in Team StreamYard for a long time and you're looking at some of this stuff going, why didn't I ever use it? StreamYard didn't support browser sources. So OBS does, Ecamm does, EvMux does. I don't know if Riverside does or not. I'll find that out next week. Social Stream Ninja window app was updated 4 days ago. Yeah, I got a notification. Oh, maybe I've got the Windows app, because I was like, hey, you can update. And I haven't yet. So I was like, I'm not updating 5 minutes before a live stream. I don't do that. Kiki Bite says, I wish I knew about that unlisted option when I first started live streaming a few days ago. I tend to like to double check things not in the pub. She says as she crashes and burns, but I tend to try and just double check it's going to work. Because a big thing, like because I schedule my live streams, but do I have to schedule it in the software or do I need to schedule on YouTube? Now here on EvMux, you can schedule within EvMux, but you can also click a button and find a previously scheduled one. Or so if you've scheduled it on YouTube, you can actually connect it to EvMux. OBS lets you do that now. And so I think it's becoming a bit more of the normal. I don't believe StreamYard does it yet. I know Ecamm does it. So yeah, there's lots of, you just need to test and check some of these things for yourself. Livestream Consultant says, I believe Riverside does as well. So that's allowing browser sources in. So that is cool. For me, a browser source is pretty well a must. So not just for Social Stream Ninja, which is new to me. I only started playing with it last week. I'm a bit obsessed with it because it's new. But my Buy Me a Coffee, not new. And I really don't like it when I can't cheer when somebody sends me a coffee because I have to wait until I get an email or something. I want that live interaction. I want that to be right now. Somebody sent a coffee who is in the chat right now. So I want to be able to thank them in that moment. So not being able to have those browser overlays is a deal breaker for me. So knowing that EvMux does allow browser overlays, big tick. 1080p streaming for everybody, big tick. Multi-streaming, big tick. There is a lot of things to love about EvMux. Yes, it's not perfect. Show me a live streaming software that is my question. You show me which one's perfect. Even Ecamm, which I love to pieces, has got its own little things. Like nobody on Windows can use it. It's just one of those things. Everything has its own little glitches and own little things that make it different and stand out from the others. And you need to just sit down and decide and work out which one is going to be for you. So let's have a look. John says, I had an issue with Social Stream Ninja and told the developer Steve on Discord, and he wrote some code and re-released it like 15 minutes later. Wow, that is some seriously good service on an absolutely free app. Hopefully he's got some way that you can send him a tip or like throw money at him, because he deserves it as far as I'm concerned. Doug Houston says, tick for EvMux, Ecamm, and OBS. Yeah, Yep, they are so far my top 3. Now, there's others I haven't used yet, so they're not the top 3 of everything just yet, but they are so far my top 3. Ecamm is Mac only, and that's its big downside for some of you. Some of you aren't Mac users, and therefore Ecamm is not an option. So, so definitely, if you are not on a Mac, Ecamm is not for you. And it has to be a Mac computer. You can't use an iOS device either. You can come in as a guest on an iOS device or a Windows device. You cannot start a stream with an iOS or a Windows device. So, yeah. Oh, Steve does have Buy Me a Coffee. Exactly. Oh, awesome. That's good to know. I'm going to go and do something about that. I'll be throwing him some coffee. Every streaming software was created by its creator for their needs. If those needs fit your needs, then go for it, whatever it is. Yeah, you need to be able to, like, it's one of those things, right? And I know it's hard, especially for people who aren't tech savvy. But you do need to go in and test these things for yourself, because I can sit here and tell you best bang for your buck is this one. But if it is not intuitive to you and how your brain works and what your workflow is it best bang for the buck? No, it's not. You know, so you have to go in and test these things out for yourself. And I know I say it like every single week, and I probably sound like a broken record. All I can do is show you how I can make something work. And I can tell you if it's really glitchy or horrid, right? If something works for you or works for your workflow, the only person who's going to know that is you. You are going to have to be the one who goes in and tries it out. And luckily there are so many free plans and free trials, which means that you can try it out without risking huge bucks, right? So I would say travel around Susie for you. I would definitely be going and hitting my EvMux link and going trying the free plan. Like, I would 100% recommend it for you, and look in their dynamic scenes section. Don't worry about the pro scenes just yet. Go and have a look in there. It is very similar to what you're used to. Okay, so for someone like Travel Around Susie, who is not tech savvy, who just wants to be able to stream or bring a guest in without all the fancy bells and whistles, while there's still a few bells in the dynamic scenes. But being able to have that very simply and very easily, you've got that here as well at EvMux. So then the thing I love about this software and OBS as well is you can start them out very simple. Camera, audio, stream, right? You can start them there. And then as you build confidence and as you decide, you know what, I really do want to be able to add in this cool thing. To be able to do that, they make it very easy for the software to grow with you. Whereas other softwares are like, this is what we are, this is our box, we are for this particular kind of person. As you grow, you may no longer be that person anymore. You may be feeling the boundaries of the limitations of the software. And this is not just for streaming software, this is for everything. You may be stuck in the limitations of it. So having softwares that you can grow into, OBS, EvMux, probably Riverside as well, possibly Streamlabs Ultra, all of these things you can grow into. So you can start basic, be comfortable with the user interface, and then as you get better, as you get more confident, add in something extra, add in something cute, add in something exciting, like, you know, like some fireworks or something like that. You know, you've got these options. Let me just go back here. Doug says, look in the bottom right of the SSN dashboard. Sorry, what am I looking for? Bottom right of the SSN dashboard. Oh, I see it. The buy me a coffee for Steve. Sorry, I was like, that was so 5 minutes ago. That's cool. John says, I debated getting a Mac Mini for a little while, but I didn't think I want to be in the Apple ecosystem. John, I also did not want to be giving Apple any of my money. I really struggled hard against it. And because I'm an old IT girl, I'm like Wang Computers, 1990s IT departments in computer infrastructure companies. That's Windows, please. You know, like that was my whole thing. And for years and years and years, I held off. And then Mac Silicon came out. And most of the reasons that I didn't like Mac changed when Mac Silicon came out. And there's still lots of things that I don't like. But I had to get a new computer. My laptop was dying and I had to get something for my desktop for my streaming, and I could get what I needed at a good price. The Mac Mini was really great. I got the 16 gig M1 and it was fantastic. And then I bought that a couple of years ago. I had an iPad first. Just because I needed a tablet, and I got a good deal on it. I also wanted access to, what was that place that only was iOS to start with? Clubhouse. I wanted access to Clubhouse, but I also didn't want to get an iPhone just for accessing Clubhouse. So I needed a tablet. So, you know, I just realized I was shooting my own self in my own foot, and I still have a Windows laptop. I still have that as well. It's a bit old and it's quite heavy and clunky and it's not portable. So if I'm at home and I need to do something on Windows, I totally can. But I just recently bought my first MacBook Pro and I'm kind of in love with it. And now I'm like, do I need an iPhone? Just because of convenience? I mean, my poor Pixel 7 sitting here like, there's nothing wrong with me. But yeah, so you have to make all these decisions for yourself. Let me just go through the chat here. We all have personal preferences. No piece of software can cater to all of them. Find what works well enough. Yeah. Once you've tried Mac, you'll never go back. Look, I'm just going to have a look at these brand things. Is there some way that I can make a move a bit faster? They're so slow. No, I have to have a different one if I want it to move faster. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we go. Livestream Consultant says, I'll be honest, I'm finding the Pro scenes in EvMux easier than StreamYard. I'll say at the moment, I like StreamYard's ticker and banners a little easier at the moment, but I think I can fix it. Yeah, like the banners here, the thing that I don't like is that you cannot have a static banner and a comment at the same time. They don't allow both to play together at the same time. So in saying that, do I use banners? No, not really. So, learn some new skills. It'll make you a better content creator and live streamer. I agree. Like, look, you know what? I get all flustered and embarrassed when I screw something up or when I stuff something up on a live stream, but I can tell you, I don't forget that because of, you know, the sheer mortification just sears it into my brain. Learning something new is not a bad thing. And while it is scary, especially like I feel like, oh, I'm going to go live for the first time using new software, like, oh yeah, that's going to go fine. If you are not the kind of person, just go live unlisted or privately. You can choose that in your options when you're going live. It doesn't have to be a public live stream. You can sit there. I sit there with, and just like, you know, type random letters into the chat so I can test different chat things. I don't even go to the effort to bother writing words, you know, no one sees it. I'm just testing things out. I'm allowed to do that. So I would totally recommend giving yourself permission to screw it up. Now, once you get a little bit more confident, you can do what I'm doing, which is go live with software that you don't really know to test it out and to fumble through it. My only thing that I wish I could do is actually show you my screens while I'm fumbling through it, but it'll do that, you know, infinity thing. And I really can't handle that. So I certainly don't want to inflict that upon anybody else. Travel Around Susie says, I tried that last week. I had a few dumpster fires, but I did like it in my community. What really good about everything that happened. But I did like it. My community, I'm not quite sure. I think I've missed some words there. Oh, you tried the EvMux. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'll just have to find the hotkeys for the user created pro scenes to add that to my Stream Deck. Yeah, I did say that a little bit earlier. Like, I know you're on the road, but we've been spoiled by Ecamm and by OBS having really easy integration into our Stream Decks. And I think that if these guys could set up something a bit better than hotkeys, that would be amazing. But I can go in and I can set up the hotkeys. But I do love with both OBS and with Ecamm just how simple it is to set up scene switching on a Stream Deck. And I think that's like the gold star. That's the gold star standard. So these guys aren't at the gold star standard for Stream Deck usage. Like, I haven't even set my Stream Deck up for this stream. That's how much I couldn't be bothered. So yeah. Tim Cook knows how to get you into the ecosystem. You kind of want to hope so. It is part of his job, right? John says no. John's not gonna drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah, like John did something this weekend, which was he's learning DaVinci Resolve Fusion and he's doing it live as well. And I think you're doing great. Like, Fusion is hard. And you're doing it live, and each time you create something. So last week you created something, this week you've created something. I think they're great. I really do. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Tech for Your Needs says, it's beneficial to explore different technology to find the best fit for your needs. The more you learn, the better equipped you'll be. You might be missing out on something great. And that is perfect. Because you don't know what you don't know. So you do need to go in and test these things out and trial them for yourselves. I hardly recommend jumping in and give EvMux a go. Go in and check it out. Last time I used it a few years back, it was quite glitchy. Trying to set up pro scenes was quite painful. They've done a lot of growth in a couple of years. And from what I'm hearing, they've really changed how they process things. So it is so good to see that they are doing this. Now, I also know that they do have regular live streams where they announce things to the community. I believe they're monthly. I don't go to them because they're like 2 a.m. my time, so I can't hang out and then I have to watch the replay, which to me is a bit like, I love a good live stream. I just don't like a good live stream at 2 o'clock in the morning. People don't come to your stream expecting perfection. People just want to hang out. I agree with that. And I think if you've got people in your stream that are taking the mickey because you've screwed up, and it's not in a fun, light-hearted, like you guys kind of way, like well-meaning, they're just being dicks, then they're not your audience. Like if you are a new streamer and you're trying to learn something and there are people in there being less than helpful, they're not your audience. You don't need to cater to them. You don't need to be perfect before you hit go live. Just like your videos don't need to be perfect before you upload them. So yeah. Oh, there's coffee again. Thank you. Doug's dropping in the questions here. Is Fusion like their version of After Effects? Yeah, it is. Livestream Consultant says, I'm trying to find where I can rotate my camera in EvMux. Any ideas? So I would choose your camera. That means I've got to, that's an undo. It's an overlay. So up when you choose your like when you click on your actual camera or your screen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it over here with one of these guys that are a little less ginormous. Actually, I might do it here with the EvMux pricing. Okay, so I'm going to choose my camera, and then you get this little box across the top of some options. And I'm just seeing have I got that locked? No, nothing there is locked, so that should be allowing it. There's an option for dimensions. And then then there's rotation. Oh, I'm rotating the wrong thing. See? Oh, what did I do? Am I still live? I don't know. Don't Command Z. Don't Command Z. Let me just see. EvMux. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Command Z changed my screen on me and dropped me out into another tab. Okay, so EvMux, live streaming, dimensions, undo. There was an undo button. I'm just having a small heart attack. Bring that back to 0. All right, let's go back to the actual camera. And then we want to click dimensions and then go 180. And I'm upside down. Did that help? I'm now upside down. Woo! So yeah, let's go back to 0. But yeah, you need to, it looks like you need to choose it. So when you choose your camera input, then a little bar appears, and then you choose dimension and go from there. Goodness me, that was terrifying. Now, let me make this screen bigger. All right, let's go back to the main screen. All righty. I now feel a bit sad knowing I can't buy an Orca computer. Yeah, that is a bit disappointing, rather, isn't it? Let me just kill that. There we go. Why is it doing that? Alrighty. Rotating the frame. Absolutely. Yes, you can rotate the flame. You found it in dimensions. Excellent. Oh, thank you. Fail. First attempt in learning. I love that. I haven't heard that before. I don't think I've heard that before. I like it. I like it a lot. That and then this. There we go. That's better. I'm still live. Thank you. Yeah, upside down. Cue the down under jokes. Yep, absolutely. Oh wow, that is pretty cool. That would be pretty fun to be able to set up some of those things to be automatic. I don't know if you can. I mean, is there an option for a chat command that would control a scene change? I mean, that could be pretty cool. I know that there is some people that have like the PTX cameras, and the chat command can control, where it looks. I don't know how to set that up. I mean, that would be kind of fun. Maybe not that thing in particular, but it'd be like, check what's on the bookshelf, zoom in. Yeah, I think I've seen it done in OBS. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. In OBS, you could set up the move plugin and a filler and a chatbot command. Yeah, I think because I think it was Nutty. I think Nutty's done it. I mean, I'm sure others have as well, but that's who I saw did it. I do not have a down under. Just saying. That would be funny. No one would be able to spell it. Like making that your chat command. No one would be able to spell it. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Well, everybody, let me know if you've got any other questions or anything else you want me to look at in EvMux, and we can try and have a dig through those. My TLDR for this 1 hour and 44 minutes is you should absolutely give EvMux a try. If you are moving away from StreamYard and you are looking for an alternative, you totally need to give EvMux a try. Now, I will reiterate what I said at the start of the stream, which is I contacted the team at EvMux to ask if I could get access to a free trial of their pro plans, so I could have access to more features rather than just using the free for this stream. And they did send me a 14-day free trial to utilize. They did not, however, request anything. No, they didn't say to make a video. They didn't say to make a live stream. They didn't say I had to say anything in particular. They didn't even say I had to be nice. They just went, here you go. Thanks for trying it out. And that was the end of it. So that was really cool being able to contact them for that. and being able to have a look at these more next level features. So the big thing, the big learning point is I have access to multicams very easily, and it can add 3 additional cameras for switching between the cameras, which for me is great. I really only use 2, but if you need 3, you can have 3. But other than that, I think that there's ways around that if you really need them. Here is a thought on the banner and ticker thing. You could just do them as a browser source using an off-platform program. You absolutely could. If you are a banner or a ticker person, I actually think that the Ninja, the Social Stream Ninja, has an option. Let me just double check it. I do believe that they had a version available or something that you could do for a ticker or an overlay or something. There was something for sure that you could even have a look at. And the lower thirds as well, yep. So yeah, I think that that's the second the software allows browser sources in, it opens your world for options. So yeah, you've got lots of, look at this, see, for a free banner, you can use this one, like Amazing Yacht Destinations, got suggestions in there as well. So, oh, it's called Ticker in Social Stream Ninja. All right, let me have a quick scroll down. Obviously, I can't find things in Social Stream Ninja very well. Oh, right there. Hello. Yeah, it's massive. It's a whole section just called Ticker. And you can enable it. You can choose your font. And you can select a ticker source file. Awesome. Okay. Oh, let's disable that because I don't actually want it. No, it's not going to let me disable it. But anyway. But yeah, it looks like right there in Social Stream Ninja is an option that you can use straight away. So these things can all be found. If that's the second a software allows in browser source level information, it opens up the world. It really does. So that's something I really appreciate about this EvMux is browser source. On the Pro plans, let me just jump in here. I do want to look at the pricing. I do think the multiple cameras being limited to the $39 a month plan is a little bit of a, that's probably my biggest gripe. But in saying that, to get multiple cameras over on StreamYard, excuse me, you also had to be on a high plan. So, you know, I can be complaining and whingy all I want, but that's the reality of it. I'm just looking here. Web source is also limited to the Pro plan, this plan as well. Really? Integrated chat, screen sharing, stream limits. Huh. I mean, it's there at least. I don't think web source should be there. I think web source should at least be over here. Well, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. Now, admittedly, I do tend to look more on the Pro plan levels because historically, to get 1080p, you've had to upgrade a few plans. I don't know if I like that the web source has to be part of the $39 a month plan. In saying that, most basic level users don't need a web source. Or maybe they could limit it to one web source, like choose one thing. So if you are a small streamer and you want access to being able to put Buy Me a Coffee in, you can have a single web source. But like I've got about 7 set up now. But yeah, just, that's a bit of a like a grr. But in saying that, their plan's not terrible. So yeah, tech for your needs. Yeah, I said that exact same thing earlier. Like there are ways around the multicam limits. If you really need them, you can totally bring yourself in on one of your other devices as a guest for sure. Remembering to mute them. And what I found was at one stage with your phone, even when you muted it, it still had like there was nothing you could do to stop a small amount of audio. So I would just actually attach a dongle to headphones so that it just wouldn't even do anything. Like you couldn't just hear anything through the phone. But yeah, so there's always going to be like, when you're going through the levels of different plans of different softwares, like Riverside, not all, you have to go in and actually add live streaming as an option because it's not It was never created as a live streaming platform. So, you're going to have to go and check all these different things. If the web sources is a deal breaker for you, then you need the pro plan. I'm circling pro plan here, here. There we go. Then you need this pro plan. So you've got the web sources over here. So, and that could be frustrating. That could be a deal breaker for you. So you've got to make these decisions. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one for me because web sources are a deal breaker for me. Do I want to spend $39 a month on a plan? I don't know. I do know that I think they've got a deal if you're coming over from StreamYard. I think there's a special discount code that some people are finding. I haven't seen it myself. I've heard about it. So that could make this a bit more palatable. Because like the thing for me is $39 a month. That's US dollars, right? That does not come out to 39 Australian dollars. Let me tell you right now. That's more like 50 Australian dollars a month. And that is a decent chunk of cash. And only saving 120 if you go annual. I mean, it's not nothing. It's not nothing. But yeah, so you have to sit down and make decisions. You have to make these decisions for yourself. So on that note, everybody, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who jumped in and hung out and, and just gave me feedback, gave me input and helped me find the different things that we needed and allow me to have this time where I can just dig through and learn these softwares and find what's happening with them and just, try to help you make your decisions and work out what is or isn't game changing and what is or isn't, deal breaking levels for you. You have to, and being able to sit down and work out like what's a deal breaker for me, because sometimes I don't realize till I talk it out. Like browser sources are now a deal breaker. If I can't have it, I don't want it. So yeah, I really did appreciate that. Livestream Consultants has said, I did check my StreamYard account. I was already on a $44 plan. That $39 gets me everything StreamYard has and then some. That's a great point. That's a great point. I was on the original Pro plan, so similar sort of money. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, it's definitely, you just have to sit down and think about it. You just have to think about it. Thank you all so much for jumping in and being here while I go on this journey. And I'll see you here next week. Hopefully testing out Riverside. We'll find out by the weekend which one I end up going with. So hope you all have an amazing week. Don't be afraid to test and trial. You don't have to do it public and live like I do if you don't want to. You can make your streams public or private or unlisted if that makes things easier for you. But definitely jump in and have a try. I'll see you next time. Now let's see if we can work out how to end these streams properly. Bye now.